Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Angel and Tina morning show. How are you guys doing today? Hey, Tina, don't we look festive?
We are festive because why? Because it's National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. And because Angel, neither one of us have an ugly Christmas sweater, we improvised. So I'm flashing lights and, little Christmas tree.
I have my whole banner is like ugly Christmas sweater.
And
I
but
found
your
green
shirt
sweater.
matches your banner too, so that's good.
It matches. Green is really not my color. I'm like on here going, yeah, this just doesn't flatter me at all. Green is not my color. So
yeah, I don't wear a lot of green either. I don't think green is my color either. Like the jade green, maybe, but not that like hunter green. That's not my color.
Too bad because it's such a pretty color, but it just doesn't do a thing for my complexion.
Well, if you guys seen our show a couple of days ago, you guys were probably laughing your butt off because Angel was muted as we went live. And she was like, we're going live. And everybody's like, having their own conversation. And she's like, 3, 2, 1. Because behind the scenes, we always go 3, 2, 1, we're live. Like a real production. And she was like, we're live. Hello, we're live. And I'm like looking, I went, oh, we're live. And she goes, I keep telling you. And I'm like, Angel, you're muted. And she goes, oh. And so our video came up yesterday when I was at my event yesterday. And I started cracking up because it was like 3 minutes worth of live video content that none of us knew we were live.
That was my fault. I don't know how I ended up muted. Probably I muted myself. My son comes in. I'm in the middle of everything, right? Where I have my camera all set up temporarily. And when my son comes in the morning, he starts to make himself like breakfast, and I can hear all that. And I don't know if you can hear it, so I just mute myself. So I'm thinking maybe that might have been what. I don't know. I just know I'm sitting here going, why isn't anybody listening to me? Why aren't you getting ready to go live? We're live. Hello, we're live. Oh, you can't hear me.
This is why we have a producer, but we can't right now.
Because we're all
but
home.
I'm so glad we have Chef Maribel in the house again today. It is our last day for our cooking at Christmas chef series.
Yeah, for December.
Yes. What are we cooking today, Chef?
So we are going to do a very simple gnocchi, which is a great side accompaniment to beef, and it's really fast. So I have that ready, and then we're also doing churros.
Oh!
Yeah.
Do you know that I love churros?
No, I don't. But I
have a thing for churros. But they have to be like the real churros, like the real authentic churros.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that.
All right, let's get started.
I love it. I love gnocchi. I mean, that is like one of my favorite. I don't know why, but probably because of, I like the little potato dumplings for sure. And you get to use your rice maker, right? For that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I think I got it ready.
I got it ready.
Dumplings. But I also love all the yummy little sauces you can do with it. It's like this really fabulous base for.
So I never knew what gnocchi was until I had the chicken and gnocchi soup at Olive Garden.
No, most people don't. That's why. Well,
I had it. One of my friends had it one time. I'm like, what is that? And she goes, just try it. And I tried it, and oh my gosh, I was in love. And so now every time I go to Olive Garden, I'm like, yeah. Can I get an unlimited soup and salad, please, with chicken gnocchi soup?
Yeah. So you guys let me know when to start.
Go ahead.
Well,
okay. You have a couple of minutes before you have to start, right? I mean, before you, like in your segments.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So first we're going to maybe I should have let this cool down a little, but first we're going to peel our potato. And gnocchi is a dumpling, so you can make a dumpling out of anything. And really it wasn't until the 1900s that
So Maribel, did you steam those potatoes or?
right. So
Right,
I
okay.
boiled,
Boiled.
I boiled them. I completely boiled them with the skin on. You don't want to cut them in quarters to cook it faster because you want to be able to keep the potato dry. It's really important to keep the potato dry and not get it waterlogged. So what potatoes do you use? You use a white potato, which because it's very delicious and creamy. And honestly, a russet potato is actually the best because it's dry potatoes. And we know that because they make really good French fries, right? So we have our potato here. I'm only doing like half or a quarter of a recipe really quick because I do have it already put together. But so you have your potato, and these are ingredients that you have in your pantry, which is why I think it's important kind of to learn how to make it. It's really delicious. You can't go wrong with anybody in your family not liking it, except if you're gluten intolerant, because it does have flour as well. So I'm going to use my handy dandy ricer, which I love to use. And you want to have the potato, pretty much hot right out of boiling the potato.
Well, it
because
is not, because I can see the steam coming off of it.
yeah, my hands are used to the hot touch. So I definitely it's easy, and I love this ricer. It's by RSVP. There are different ones, but OXO is a really good one to have too. So if you want to put that on your Christmas list,
cool.
yeah. So you got to use a little muscle, just a little bit. I got a little bit in there. And then, so now that it see how easy it is to go through pretty much versus if it was cold. And if you do it ahead of time, like say like you're going to do a lot of gnocchi, you could just add a little bit of steaming hot water. So now that I have my potato that's perfectly, that's the whole thing about gnocchi. You don't want a dumpling to be heavy, right? You want it to be light and airy. So that is our main ingredient. And then we're going to add my egg yolk. We're going to add salt, which here I'm going to eyeball it, but I do have a recipe ready because I just taught this class yesterday. So I will give you a full recipe. And then you do put a little bit of salt, pepper, actually. And if you want, this is where it gets kind of variable with where you get gnocchi in the world. Italy it's very regional. There's not one, the jury's out where originally it started. And so actually you can add Parmesan cheese here. You could add like ricotta cheese. You can mix it up and put a puree of butternut squash. I mean, there's so many things you could do here, but we're going to keep it simple here and just mix that up. And that's our base of the gnocchi. And we are going to add flour because it is kind of a dough. And I haven't tried making this with yucca flour, but that probably would work for those that are gluten intolerant. At the restaurant, when working in a restaurant, that I came across so many different allergies. So I'm always sensitive to being able to kind of meet everyone's needs. And now that we're going to be coming into the new year, everyone's going to want to get on a diet, right? And kind of minimize their flour intake.
At least just for 2 weeks.
Yeah, at least for the first 2 weeks. In fact, that's what I was thinking. I'm going to do like a 2-week live series of like, all right, let's think of all the yummy salads we can think of.
Because in 2 weeks, you're going to be going back to your normal self.
Yeah. So
yeah, I really just need to get myself back into discipline because last night I ate an entire, all by myself, did not share a bag of popcorn, all by myself.
Oh my gosh.
I can do that.
And just ate
That's
it
your
all
dinner.
by myself.
That's your dinner, right?
Well, I'd already had dinner.
Well.
Sometimes I will. Like, yeah, if it's just my dinner, I don't feel guilty about it because I'm like, well, that's my dinner. but I
Yeah,
had
that
had,
was
I'd
a
already
bag of popcorn. It wasn't like you ate a whole like thing of pasta.
That's true.
No,
That's true.
no. And then like a couple weekends ago, my aunt had given,
Oh, you're like
had
half
brought over.
cut off. Remember when we were
Am I?
talking about the green screen and how you shouldn't have wear green in your green screen?
Oh, do I disappear in my green screen
half
because
your
of my green?
body, half your arm just came off.
Oh yeah, it did, huh? So
Um,
here's my dough, and I just want to show how it's not, you don't want to like manhandle it or like handle it too much, right? So because you're going to roll it out in little tubes. So it should be, see how my hand is not very sticky with the dough. So
Yeah.
you should have enough dough in there. And if you have a recipe and measurements, but however, it's always good to know any type of dough, how much flour to put because of humidity or where people are at. It's always a little bit, you know, it's about touch and see how it looks. So this is good for me. And just to demonstrate, I'm going to show you that. Let me clear my area really quick because we're going to have to do another little demo. So you get a little
Chef
bit of the
Maribel,
dough.
it's so much fun having you and just watching you cook in your kitchen and
Right?
like go from station to station. This is so fascinating to me. It's like having my very own cooking show, but like I don't know,
Yeah,
like being front and center of a cooking
yeah,
show. So
absolutely.
I love
And
that you do this.
we're going through all the steps. So here, you just make it into a little skinny earthworm here. And I go from the middle, and you don't put too much pressure here, and just evenly try to roll it out. And, you know, don't worry if like when people do this, they're like, mine looks weird, yours is perfect. No, it doesn't really matter. We're going to cut it into what I call little pillows. So nothing too fancy, but see when you cut it off, it's like a nice little pillow.
Wow, it is looking like a little pillow.
Yeah. So you get a lot out of this. And so I already have some already made, like already developed. So we're going to have our water boiling, and you give me a second to switch gears and let the water boil, and then you'll see it rise up. Meanwhile, I can get the churros going, but you guys talk amongst yourself and I'll get myself going.
I do like
Well, first, let me ask you.
having a chef in the house, right?
Yeah, it's fabulous. So Maribel, like if you're gonna make gnocchi, is it like one potato per person? How do you kind of judge that?
Right. I would generally do 1 to 2 pounds, and a pound of a pound of potatoes is usually 3 to 4. And I generally, when I make things with potato, I think, okay, 1 potato per person, like for mashed potatoes, you know, for instance. But in this case, because you're mixing it with flour, you're going to get a little bit more. So I generally go 1 pound to 2 pounds, and that's how my recipe is made, so that I can feed, you know, 4 to 6 or 4 to 8 people. And it depends if you're going to use it for a starter or, you know, some people use it as a starter and some people use it as a side. So it depends on the quantity. If you're using it as a starter, then you don't need as much because you're going to have a main entree, which is usually the case if you're going to an Italian restaurant. They have a gnocchi to start, or if you're vegetarian, that's going to be your main meal. So either scenario. So yeah, 1 to 2 pounds. Okay, so
Right.
so go ahead. You tell me where to go.
You want us to talk amongst ourselves while you prep the churros, or are you waiting to? Is your water boiling?
I'm gonna wait for my water to boil for the gnocchi, and that's gonna take like a good 5 minutes. But I can show you how to make the dough for the churros really quick.
I think I forgot to put lipstick on.
You have lipstick. You have fake lipstick on today.
Yeah, I think I just have my fake lipstick on today.
Yeah.
But your hair always looks fabulous, so you can always count on that.
Yeah, right? Well, we have discovered a little trick here on Zoom that you can not even have makeup on and have fake lipstick.
Really?
Yes. Angel
Yes,
doesn't have any
yes.
lipstick on, and she looks like she has lipstick on. There's a
Right.
little
You can't
filter,
tell
and
with this coffee mug, but yeah,
well, that
when you
coffee
and
mug
so
is
when I go to
black, you really can't see it, but there is
when
one
I
that you
go to
have that's white, and you can see the whole lips right on it.
Oh, cool.
can you see? Oh, oh no, I think my lipstick filter's off.
Oh,
That's the problem.
There you go.
Oh,
put the
oh my lipstick
filter
filter's off. Hold on.
on. How dare you forget that?
Okay, hold on. I gotta put my lipstick back on.
Put my lipstick on.
Yeah. Because yeah, that's way better. Oh yeah, that's way better.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, can you see it? Oh no, it won't show it now. Oh, maybe
What?
it does.
I don't see it. It does when you pull your coffee cup up like that. Oh, look. Oh, mine's on. What? I didn't even know that.
You didn't even know it that you had put your lipstick on? Wait, I
It
can
says
make
it's
it brown.
It says it's off. That's so weird.
All right, there you go. Much better. Maybe I need to do my eyebrows. Maybe I need to do something with my eyebrows.
Put some Schitt's Creek eyebrows on.
That's me. Okay, so the churros dough is called a pâte choux, which I love saying, right?
Okay, say it again.
It's a pâte choux. It's a yeah, like pate, like is in pate, a pate. So pâte choux, and this dough is the same dough that you would use for eclairs or profiteroles or any kind of other dough. So I've melted
all the good stuff that you probably should stay away from January 1st
exactly
to January 14th.
Exactly. So I've just added water and butter, and then I'm going to add some flour. And my flour does have some salt. And again, I have a full recipe for this. And you basically are cooking the flour just like you would like a roux with butter, but this also has a little bit of water, and it gets kind of gloopy, and then you're going to make it into basically what looks like a cookie dough, right? So I'm just going to cook it and stir it, make sure all the flour and the butter is kind of mixed in together. And then
Maribel,
we
how
are
long have you been a chef?
like officially certified chef since 2010, I guess. Not too long, I feel like. My senior, yeah, 10 years. But there's other people. I've always been cooking though. Like I've always been teaching cooking since, I don't know, 2003 officially in my job.
So you worked in, you worked in a kitchen? You worked in a kitchen like since 2003?
I taught people in the community cooking classes and about nutrition and health. And so that's basically my background. And then I went, official, and I was like, well, I want to get, I really want to work in a restaurant and get that, since it was accessible with my brother because he's a restaurateur. So I never thought that I would work in his restaurants, but I just thought I want to know more about the professional side of cooking. So I went and got my culinary certification at the Culinary Institute of America, and they had a campus that they just opened in San Antonio, so it was actually perfect. And I had always wanted to go to culinary school in my 20s. So I didn't, because I was like, well, I'm studying nutrition, and then going into culinary, it's like almost the same tuition fee. So I didn't do it, but I think I had always wanted to do it. So an opportunity arose, I got a scholarship, and yeah, I love cooking. I love talking about food. I mean, I'm always talking about it with my brother. So that's like the topic of conversation, always. So now I have this nice, like it looks like a cookie dough. It's soft, it's pillowy. And although it's kind of hot, I'm going to put it into my KitchenAid. A standalone mixer is best, but of course, back in the day, what did they do? They just use their muscle and their arms, and they would, let's see, can you see that?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Okay.
Oh,
So
not over there. Oh.
There you
yeah, that's good. So the idea is that you mix it and you let it cool down, and then I'm going to add egg yolk, or actually egg, and that'll bind it together and make a very nice dough. And right now, every time that you're mixing, it releases heat and it's cooling down the dough, so that when I add the egg, it doesn't cook the egg and curdle the egg, right? So I let this mix for about 20-30 seconds, and then I'm going to add an egg yolk one at a time, and then my dough is ready. And then we get to piping it into the churros and frying it. Yeah.
All right.
So just a little bit know-how, and that's about it. I'm gonna add the
Make sure your dough is cool so you don't cook the egg when you put it in.
Yeah.
That's a good tip. That's a very good tip.
Very.
What's funny, Chef, is that when I was a teenager, I worked at the San Diego Zoo, and I sold churros in front of the white tiger, whatever you call it. And I used to eat. I did not do this. I used to eat the churros like, oh, they say don't eat the food. I'll be like,
yeah. Oh God, yeah, it's the best. Yeah. So my dough
with sugar, right? Yum.
Yeah. Right. It's like a donut.
We had like 2 or 3 different kinds. Like we had like cinnamon, and then we had chocolate, and we had like a vanilla. Oh, so good.
In Latin America, they usually dip it with dulce de leche and then chocolate on top. So it's really yummy. So
Angel and I were like, ooh.
Yeah, it's delicious. So when this is mixing, you add your egg yolk, and one at a time until it's well incorporated. And that's about it. And I just want to make sure, again, that my egg is not cooking, and it's not. It looks pretty good. And I just let that mix. Since this is like half a recipe, I don't have much mixing to do until it just forms together and it's a very soft dough. And then we have our dough that I already put in a piping bag. And you kind of do need a piping bag. And you need like the star tip. And this one is a mini one. It's not I couldn't find my large one. So the result is a tiny one. And so now officially.
So we're having tiny churros, which means you can have more.
Yeah, let's go for sure. Yeah, for sure.
These are just bite-sized mini churros that we can just pop in our mouth.
Yeah. Well, I am going to let you guys talk amongst your stuff. I'm going to get my churros that I put actually in the refrigerator. You have to think like in a restaurant, they're not doing. You usually see people like pipe it into the oil so that it fries one at a time. But if you have to think in a restaurant, people are not like piping it in the fryer one at a time for a whole restaurant. So it's actually easier to just put it in the refrigerator, have it already piped out, beautiful, and then you bring it to kind of room temperature, and then you fry it, and then it keeps its shape. Because if you just do it like, ad hoc into the oil, it'll break up. It'll look kind of weird. A
funnel cake.
Exactly. It'll look like a funnel cake, and that's not what we want. We want like a nice little tube, or I actually like to do a little circle.
However, like a churro funnel cake does sound pretty good.
That's true. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Having your two favorite carnival foods, churros and funnel cake together.
Nothing wrong with that.
This is the kind of thing where you're in the kitchen and you're eating your mistakes and you're like, oh, shoot, darn, that one messed up. I'm going to have to eat it.
Well, I taste my food a lot. And I just always am tasting. But, different strokes for different folks. Some people just like to taste at the end because they don't want to ruin their appetite. But I'm just so used to I want to make sure I got to get in there.
Make sure it tastes
well,
all
and
good.
yeah, as a chef, like the sample just to make sure the seasonings are right and the combination is right. And so I think a good
Yeah,
chef does sample.
definitely,
I don't know,
definitely.
that's my
Yeah.
story and I'm sticking to it. So Tina, I've got a new graphic. I don't know if it'll show up. Tell me
Okay, let's see your
if
new
this,
graphic here.
so I have,
Ooh, I
can you see
like
that?
it.
Can you see that? And
Look
does
at,
it
we're
show
so
anything else on my
fancy.
screen? Okay. So I asked Jolene to put the digital streaming networks on the bottom of the banner. So because we are digitally streamed, and I keep seeing everybody else saying, "Oh, like we're starting our new show and we're going to be featured on." I'm like, well, we should probably emphasize that just a little more often when we talk about the Angel and Tina morning show. Because of course, when we started, we were just streaming on Facebook and we dusted off our YouTube channels to put it on. But thanks to the Zandra TV network, where we are sponsored by and syndicated on, I think a lot of people say, well, if your show ever gets picked up, and if I'm like, it did.
Yeah.
It is picked up. It is
It
on
is
the
picked
Zandra
up.
TV
We
network.
are famous. We are
Right?
celebrities. What are you talking about?
I forget. I forget because we're not going to a studio every day. And I think it's easy to downplay the impact that we are all having right now. So, anyways, the Angel and Tina Morning Show is on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, Android TV, Chromecast, AirPlay. So, all your favorite places that you like to watch, you can catch the Angel and Tina Morning Show. Thanks to the Zandra TV network, ZTV. If you've ever thought about hosting your own TV show, you can schedule a discovery call with them by going to their website, beonztv.com. That's beonztv.com. Bliss by the Lake Boutique is our clothing sponsor, and Sonic VA. You can take your videos up a notch with their upcoming new video service, their video assistant service. Go to sonicva.com. Those are our sponsors. That's our new little graphic. I think we're going to put that on our I think we can put it on our Facebook
Facebook
as our
page.
Facebook graphic.
Well, actually, Daniel, we're gonna be a little bit more upscale here on the Angel and Tina Morning Show after January because we're doing some intros and some outros. He's gonna hook us on up. His video service is amazing. Everyone is. I mean, he's like, Tina, I can't do all of this. I'm hiring more people. I'm hiring more people. And so he has to hire so many more people now because he's getting such good response from this video service that he's doing. It is simply amazing. So if you're a coach or an author, or you do a lot of videos on YouTube, I heard, who was it that said that they do a 6-minute video and take 6 hours to edit? I'm like, yeah, you need, right?
True.
You need Daniel. Him and his team are simply amazing. It's like a 2-day turnaround, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So he does amazing work.
He does amazing work, and this is one of those great stories. Somebody who saw a need right now, right? Saw something that there was definitely a need for more video, and if you're not, recording videos and creating the content is one thing. Editing videos, completely different skill set, right? And time consuming. He has a team. This is their expertise, and so super excited that that Daniel is kind of found his sweet little niche. And I think for all of us, like finding that little sweet spot is where we thrive. Because we could do it all day long. We love doing it. It's what we're most passionate about. And seeing him come into this really by design, this is the thing most people were asking him for, is the video editing, and then the results are so much fun. So yeah, sonicva.com, but wait until January to hook up with him. Give him a break. We are taking a little bit of a break next week because of the holiday, and Tina, I'm so excited. I feel like I haven't had a vacation in
I know, I seen your post yesterday and I was like, oh, that's so sweet, because it kind of does, having a show like this, and during a pandemic like this too, right? And I don't know about you guys out there, but I know if Angel and I didn't have this show, we probably wouldn't get dressed every single day. We would still work, but we probably wouldn't get dressed and full makeup and hair and all that every single day. So I do like it that way, but oh, I do love when we don't have to.
It is a little treat. Like, I'm not a morning person, and um and of course, because no, we're not going anywhere. There's nowhere to go. Every time we think about, oh, let's go, well, they're closed and we can't do that and we can't do this. And so just getting up and serving and being fed by the guests, like hearing their stories inspire us, and they push us and they challenge us. And the guests, the quality of guests, it really, when you stop and think about, the show has been sponsored, the show's been syndicated, the show's globally streamed, the show brings on these top speakers and CEOs and Fortune 500 and the Fortune 5000, and then we have a cooking show, and we do fashion shows, and we do makeovers, all in like just 8 months.
Right.
That's all just happened in 8 months. We've hosted well over 400 guests on the show. We've kicked off and launched so many bestsellers, so many brand new
I think
programs.
we need to go back and actually see who the guests are and how many books that we launched. Because I think we launch at least 1 to 2 a week.
We do. How many bestsellers have come out of it, and kind of where are they now because of it?
Well, that's funny you say that, because we are hosting the A&T Awards show on December 30th at 11 a.m. Eastern. It's going to be a couple of hours, but we would love for you guys to come and join us and nominate your favorite guest that you'd like here on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. It's going to be an amazing thing. We're going to celebrate our 200th episode, and that just blows my mind every single time I think about that. It just brings me a little bit teary-eyed.
Oh.
Yeah, congratulations.
All right, how are we doing over there, Maribel?
We are good. We are going to get ready to pull it all together, 2 dishes in one for starter and one for dessert. So let's start with the gnocchi. We have my water boiling here, and I'm just going to plop these in the water.
And those are just the little pillows that you did, right?
Yes, they are just the little pillows I did. They plop down to the bottom, and then we know they're ready when they start rising up to the top. And as soon as they do, you want to take it out, and you take it out and then you mix it in with a sauce. I have a brown butter sauce. I don't know if you can hear it sizzling in the background, but as soon as this comes up to the top, it literally takes like 30 seconds, less than a minute, depending on how much you're doing. And then I'll fish it out. So it's going to take a little bit.
This makes me want gnocchi soup now. So on Sunday, I'm leaving here in an hour to go to Atlanta.
She's going away for the weekend.
I'm going away for the weekend. My girlfriends are, that pink cake that I posted a couple of weeks ago with my birthday saying, oh, it's my birthday. It's like a beautiful pink cake. A girlfriend of mine said, hey, if I make this cake, will you come down? And I'm like, if you make that cake, I will be there. And she goes, done and done. And I was like, wait, what? She goes, yep, be here on the 18th. I was like, oh. So my girlfriends are throwing me a little birthday party dinner tomorrow night. And
nice.
Sign up. We usually go to Olive Garden as our go-to restaurant. So now on Sunday, he said, I'll go out to dinner with you, Mom. I'll take you out to dinner. And I was okay. He goes, but you're paying, right?
Have you tried the Olive Garden to go?
Yes.
They do a nice job.
They really do. But now I want that chicken gnocchi soup.
Yeah, my son used to work there, and yeah, we would do there to go a lot. But the soup is yummy, and so the nice thing about the gnocchi is that it tells you when it's ready, because
they all floated right up to the top.
Yeah. And so you don't have to guess, right? Because you're like, how do we know, and how do we test this? But it tells you when it's ready, so it's a little bit foolproof of. You can't really mess it up, because when it comes to the top, then it's ready. Yeah.
So when it's ready, I have this brown butter sauce that I had going, and I had some sage and some butternut squash. because we're still in the fall. And so this is basically my dish, and I could even top it off with some nuts. And
That looks
I'm going,
really good.
gonna plate this really quick for
The
you.
butternut squash, like how long did that have to cook in there? Was that just?
So I roasted it ahead of time,
Okay.
and I put it in the oven with just salt and pepper and olive oil. And
So they're asking how we can get this amazing recipe. So at Maribel, how can we get this amazing recipe once?
I will for sure send it to you after we air. I'm gonna like edit it and then send you the link for my blog.
We'll post it up underneath here later on this afternoon. So for those of you guys who do want to make this for the holidays, the full recipe will be on here and how to do it. You can go back to last week's and do that. What did we make last week?
We made
the
cauliflower gratin.
Oh my gosh, and that was so
too.
good. That looks so good.
That looks good too. Yes. So this is our butternut squash with gnocchi and sage and a brown butter. But really, once you have the gnocchi, you can mix it with the marinara sauce and top it with Parmesan. I mean, it's like pasta, right? You just mix it with whatever sauce. So let's go to our, I had my oil heating. Our main dish. And I had this oil heating, and I would recommend, if you're going to do churros, you want to do it in well, if you have a Fry Daddy, even better. So there's no spillage and no guessing.
Having my Fry Daddy back in the day.
Yeah, my mom had one, and we would definitely cook the fried chicken in that. But I'm just doing a quick demo for you. I would, if I were to do this at my full blown, I would do it in my cast iron skillet, because that retains the heat the best if you don't have like a Fry Daddy or something. So I had it on medium high, and then I kept it on medium. And you want to make sure that it doesn't start smoking too much. So that's how you know it's ready. And also a candy thermometer, if you have one, you put it in.
We're getting a question. Can these be done with almond flour?
The gnocchi or the yes, absolutely. You can make gnocchi with anything. You can make it with almond flour. You can make it with chickpea flour. That would be really yummy, because chickpea is so nutty. Yeah. And I love chickpea. I've made it with many things actually. So yeah. So I have my little rings that I did beforehand.
They look like little onion rings.
Yeah, they do. And so I'm just going to, this will take like 3 minutes probably, but depending on the size of the churros that you have, and you want to move it about. And again, I highly recommend a cast iron skillet. To be careful.
Is that your handy dandy spatula that you use for everything?
Yeah, this is my fish spatula. I love it, right? Because it has that little scoop. Yeah. I love the multi-purpose utensils. And what else can I use that for?
I bought one.
Oh, good for you.
You bought one?
Yeah, I ordered one.
Oh, good for you. Mm-hmm. I love it. So I also use my tongs to reach something in the cabinets when I can't get to it. Stuff like that I love, multi-purpose.
That's really clever. So I'm getting ready, to buy a new home, and it's got really tall ceilings. It has 10-foot ceilings, and the kitchen cabinets, they are tall. And I was like, I don't know where I'm going to keep everything. Good. They also have a lot of lower cabinets, and so I might really rethink how I design and put stuff away in this kitchen, because the cabinets are they're so tall. They're so tall. Angel can't reach anything.
I didn't tell you thank you yesterday, because I got a couple of gifts in the mail. I got this really cute.
I was going to ask you.
I got this really cute.
Look how cute. I was like, I need to see it. Look how cute that is.
Really cute Kate Spade bag that I'm taking to Atlanta. And I got it from my co-host for Christmas. And then I got these amazing twinkle lights that I can put in back of my thing. So I'm going to have my roommate's son helped me put this all up while we're on Christmas break. So thank you very much for my Christmas present.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome. I saw the like a curtain of lights. I'm like, oh, Tina definitely needs this.
So these are obviously little mini.
And I love the little mini churros.
Yeah, they're little mini churros.
Like onion rings.
All right. So did you put any?
They do.
I was going to ask, did you put any cinnamon inside of the dough or any flavoring in the dough? But no, that comes after. Okay.
Well, you can.
I'm like, where's the cinnamon?
The cinnamon and sugar. It's equal parts cinnamon, sugar. It doesn't, matter if you like the quantity, but it's equal parts. And I just put like red sugar that I would use on my cookies. It's not, I'm going to get a few more, but you definitely want to dredge it in there completely. I do put vanilla in the dough. I forgot to put that when I did the demo, but that's basically it. It's a very simple dough, and there we go. So those
totally make those churros and make them look like onion rings. Be like, here's your plate of onion rings, and you'd be like, oh,
right. Like I said, I didn't have my bigger star, and so they came out like tiny, but that's okay.
It's totally
less guilt. Less guilt. And you can have more, right? So that is our churros. And so it's definitely like when you have to include frying into a situation, that gets a little complicated. But as you saw, keeping the oil like even, medium, not too high, and not putting the oil all the way to the top. Put your oil halfway in your whatever container it is. If it's a cast iron skillet or whatever, then you'll be good. I think people get scared with frying.
Are fry daddies still a thing?
Yes, they are. My friend, this is my coffee and churros. This is my breakfast.
Oh.
Breakfast of champions for Christmas. Breakfast of champions for Christmas or for New Year's, actually.
I love
after
it.
the 14th.
I love it. I think that, yeah, I would eat that. But I'm looking at that, Maribel. Is there any way that's like we could make that like an okay thing when we're
a little bit healthier?
Cleaning?
No.
Yeah.
Is it no way to make churros a little bit healthier? No.
Well, once you have to fry them, that becomes a situation that you don't want a lot of oil.
Maybe you can air fry them, because air frying is a thing now.
It is a thing. I don't have one, so I'd have to.
I actually have an air fryer, but I've never used the churros. Are they good, Maribel? Because you're supposed to share.
They are good. They're very light, and because the dough is not as thick, so it's definitely cooked, and it just gives me all the churro vibes that I want, which is
just gives you all the goodness and comfort food that anybody could ask for.
It has cinnamon and it's fried dough. You can't go wrong,
right? Except
if the dough is raw, and this is not raw because it's small. But again, I'm gonna find my star dough because I have more dough to fry. So.
So how can people get a hold of you and tell them about this new course that you're going to do next year?
Right. So next month, I decided to do a monthly membership because I really want to get people inspired and cooking weekly, and also give them the tools that they need to do, like meal planning strategy. And the way I do meal planning is really like, you have to have a working kitchen. So I'm going to have a library of this is how you should think of organizing your kitchen based on my kitchen, and everyone should situate themselves that way. I do a lot of videos, so I do need to talk to that guy. So there's videos for that. And so it's a monthly subscription. They go to my website, cocinamaribel.com, COCINAMARIB as in boy, EL.com. And then I'm on all the socials with that handle, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I need to get my Pinterest up. that's my goal for the end of the year.
Yes. That would definitely be good. I can definitely see her videos, right? 1 cup of flour, like on the very bottom.
Yeah.
Like the recipe just hitting in there. And then at the very end, your website.
Yeah. Right. So I'm doing a special offer actually. If they get on my newsletter, I'm offering $19.97 for early signees. So they need to get on my newsletter, and they just will find that on my website. And you can always slide into my DMs and Instagram and just ask me, hey, do you have a question about whatever cooking? And I will help you.
I love that you just said that.
I'm mostly active on Instagram. I'm all about the food. I'll talk.
So go ahead and slide on into her DMs.
Not. You have to have a profile face, and you have to have several followers. Otherwise, I won't respond.
Listen, I think that is one thing when we started the Angel and Tina Morning Show that I have gotten so many of are people, like weird people with no face, no friends.
Yeah, I don't respond to those, but you pretty much can tell. And yeah, I really do want to help people get inspired and just have the basics under their belt. And listen, I'm still trying to figure out, like, I'm still wanting to cook more and more things because I'm home. And so I understand that most people are going to be at home,
well, Jeff,
for a while.
You should try that churro
air fryer.
No, the churro, shoot, what did we call it? I forgot now.
The churro diet?
The thing that I told you was going to be a plate. Oh man, no, I forgot what it was called.
I didn't catch it. The breakfast diet? Well, that's where people can find me.
The wrong draft.
You sent somebody the wrong what?
Sorry, talk amongst yourselves. Hold on. You sent somebody the wrong press release draft this morning.
Oh no. You're fired. What did I say when you pipe the churro things into the thing like this? It ends up being
the funnel cake.
A funnel cake. I think you should do a churro funnel cake. I really do.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
You just need two of best both worlds, and
yeah, you just need a smaller one like this instead of the large star, which I couldn't find this morning, to do it that way. Yeah, and then you just fry it into there, and it'll all come together. Yeah. That's what a funnel cake is.
It really, and it's just so good with all the powdered sugar on it and everything. Chef, what are you doing for Christmas?
I don't have any plans. It's just low key. All my friends are, siloed into their homes, and my family lives in San Antonio, and I have people with special health concerns. So we're all kind of staying
in their own quarantine area.
Yeah, that's what sucks. So actually, I am going to do an impromptu cooking class doing Mexican food the week after Christmas, because I realized most people are off. And it's going to be chili rellenos, which is stuffed peppers, and then you fry it, and then with the rice and beans. So
now that plate, I will need one sent to me immediately for my birthday. Chili rellenos, that is a way to a girl's heart right there.
Yeah, it's a tradition that my family, extended family, we would at least get together once a year for that, and it was usually after the New Year. Mm-hmm. And have a nice dinner, and everyone would come together. You guys didn't
make tamales this year either, right?
No, I am gonna do it free online. I'm gonna go through all the motions with people on my live segment on Tuesday on the 29th, I think it is. So it's the last Tuesday of the year, and that is as well link in my bio for on Instagram, and they can just watch it live on Facebook. 7 on Tuesdays. So yeah, I'm around. I'm gonna be online is my thing.
I'm gonna be here. I'm not going anywhere because we've all now gotten used to having access to you and seeing all your fun stuff. And you're just doing more and more. I love it. And I love how you're just launching and taking them, because you've created this fan club. We need more. What else you got?
Yeah, right. I want to help everyone for sure.
I just love Maribel, just your story, your style, this type
Thanks.
of cooking that you do, and like, you find your favorites in those cooking shows, and I remember watching Bobby Flay before
Yeah.
Bobby Flay was Bobby Flay, right?
Oh,
Like
how
he
was
was
he? How
on
was
a
he?
local PBS station, and
Oh, really?
we used to watch him, and then he became, the very, very popular, but he used to have just a little local cable
But
cooking
that's how,
show.
I mean, that's how we all start. We all
Yeah.
start small and then something happens and it's something very small and it happens and then it takes off, right?
Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
how I think how 2020 has done for so many people. It was
Yeah,
able for them
definitely.
to, take back a little bit. Okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to think? What do I need to create? They step back a little bit and they have that one foot in scared and one foot in excited and they jumped and those launched their book. Speaking of launching books, I just uploaded my book cover this morning and ordered my author copy of Beyond Gratitude.
That's amazing.
Oh,
I'm so
Congratulations.
excited. It's an
Congrats.
exciting thing. Like this is my second book and it's so exciting to do that. Like last weekend when I uploaded the book and I seen it in a book, like tears just like came down my face because it's
Yeah.
still so
oh.
emotional. You put all your blood, sweat, and tears into it, and then you see it.
I
I'm
want
so
to write a
proud
book,
of you.
but that's like down the road.
Oh, a cookbook.
Yeah. Well, because I traveled in South America and I have like so many recipes and stories and also a linkage to my heritage in Bolivia in South America. So I was with family, but I also was professionally working and yeah, so it's ever since I wanted to come back, I've been wanting to do it, but slowly, things get pushed back. It's a big endeavor. So
It is a
kudos
big
to you
endeavor.
and congratulations.
Thank you.
It
Thank you.
is.
I'm excited. I'm excited. So we'll be launching that next week on the 30th, or not next week, the week after next, in 2 weeks. Angel, cool.
Soon, very soon. Yeah,
Very
very
soon.
soon. I'm like, what's the date? Yeah. But it's right in time. And I got to see, it is so, doesn't matter whether it's your first one or your third one or your 14th one.
That's true.
It is still so exciting. It's still a huge accomplishment and so proud of you, Tina. And Maribel, I remember packing up my kitchen and I still have cookbooks. And the cookbooks that I kept are the ones of people I know, right?
Yeah.
Like I know
Oh,
this person and I
oh,
know,
cool.
yeah. So I'd love to
Still
have
keep pushing.
your cookbook.
Thank you.
I have a lot of cookbooks and I love my cookbooks. In fact, I have a box and I probably should have spread them out, but it's one box in my storage unit with all cookbooks. And it's just like this huge box and it's so heavy. But I don't like why, give them away or throw them away. There's so many in there. I even have those back in the day where you had the little cards in a little plastic box. I have those.
I used to have that. I think I finally
I don't
passed it
think I
on.
threw them away. I think I still have them.
Hmm.
Because there's recipes, old recipes back in the day. I remember these like white chicken enchiladas that my grandmother used to make. And I still use
Nice.
that recipe from way back in the day.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
it is killing me, Maribel, watching those churros just sit there.
yeah, right. Should I eat them for you? Should I eat them for
Eat
you?
all of them for us because we have our coffee, but we have no churros.
I have no churros. I have
I
no
have no
churros.
Yeah.
churros.
But I think just the way that she did, she created those just this morning on the show. Sometimes you feel like this is going to be this huge undertaking,
Yeah.
right? To
Yeah.
go in the kitchen and create. Oh my gosh, we've got to. But watching you do it this morning, it makes it feel like, okay, I can do that. I can
It was
accomplish
5 ingredients.
that, right?
Yeah. These are recipes that I think are doable for anybody, and that's why I like to teach them over and over because it just gives people one more thing that they're not used to making that perhaps they could try and have a little bit of success, and one more thing that they can add to their repertoire of cooking so they're not bored. And also, you can be more critical when you go to a restaurant and say, "Well, let's see what he did or she did."
Right?
Yeah.
Chef Maribel, what is one thing that you would like all of our audience members to know as they're cooking, Christmas dinner or, doing something new this year? What is one thing you want to leave them with?
I think I would love that people at least try one new recipe for their feast or during the time that you're at home or off for the holidays and vacation time, and try like a few, maybe a breakfast item or an extra side item for your Christmas or dessert, because those are the things that, like, you have a little extra time. We need something to do anyways. So also you can do it with your family. So there's multiple reasons why it is nice to get something cooking in the kitchen, because everyone benefits, your family, you, and then definitely make sure everyone who eats has to help you wash dishes.
Oh, I like that part the best.
Yeah. You got to train them.
That part the best.
You got to train them from the beginning. My mom trained me since, it was out of necessity, but my mom was a widower. It was just my mom, myself, and my brother, and we all helped in the kitchen. I would not think of not
you
helping.
Turn around and you're like, where'd everybody go?
Exactly. I see these in families and I'm like, they're very able people.
Yes. Are you just going to sit there or are you going to get up and help?
Exactly. So make them,
yes.
Get in the kitchen. It's not, the kitchen includes the dishes and everything that involves making a home, basically.
Well, and when everybody's in the kitchen, right, it is more fun, right? Because
it totally is.
You're all together still, and
and
it is a lot more fun when everybody's in the kitchen. Well,
totally.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Maribel.
Merry Christmas.
And from us on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, we just want to give our biggest gratitude to all of you, all of our supporters, our audience, those of you who watch every single day, who text us at 11:15, where are you when we can't go live? We just wanted to tell you, thank you so much for everything that you guys have done. And we hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas, even though it might be a little bit different this year. Do like Chef Maribel said, get in there, make a new recipe, start a little bit of new traditions, maybe grab a game out of the game closet and, play a game of Scrabble or Uno or whatever it is, and start some new traditions this year with your immediate family. And we just wanted to tell you guys, thank you guys for being our biggest supporters and our biggest cheerleaders here on the Angel and Tina Morning Show.
Absolutely. I know Jill Wright, she was telling me the other day, she's like, love rolls downhill. So just give love, because it just will roll out to everybody around you. And there's so much that we could say it's not the same, but this is new, right? We can create something new and something special and try something new. And food is love, right? Definitely food is love. And
churros are even more love.
Yes.
Send a recipe, send ingredients to friends and family, and you guys can, even through a webinar and through a Zoom conference, right? You can still be together cooking together in the kitchen. So we're so blessed and so honored, and just want to wish you and all of your loved ones a very, very merry holiday. Just sending love, as much love that we can through these airways. You want smell-o-vision, I want love-o-vision, right?
Like,
let's
love-o-vision. I love
it. Well, we're sending you all of our love. We do have one more episode before Christmas, but just on this weekend and as we celebrate the holiday, we just want to say thank you. I'm Angel Tussey. You guys can follow us on social media, but really tell your friends about the Angel and Tina Morning Show. We are on Facebook. Tina has all of the videos that she posts up every single day for you guys to go back and watch. Just share it out in the world, because we are here to be that bright start to your day, and we're just so grateful. We're just so grateful for you.
And we're glad that we are the bright start to your day. So binge watch some Angel and Tina morning shows to, bring some more happiness to your life. We hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas, and we will see you guys, on Monday too, but I won't see you guys Monday. I will see you guys on the 28th. We'll be back on the 28th with the Angel and Tina morning show. And don't forget the 30th, the A&T Awards, our 200th episode. my birthday celebration, and my book launch all in one day.
Amazing.
We will see you guys on the 28th. You guys have a very Merry Christmas and enjoy your holidays. I think it's going to snow here in North Carolina on Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.